Chelsea, thank you for joining me today on Pop Culture Unplugged.
Thank you so much for having me. It's so nice to be
Uh,
back.
Exciting times. We finally have Ginny and Georgia season three. We've been waiting a while for this.
Oh yeah. No, it's this show has definitely persevered through like very unprecedented times. I mean, our first season came out and then we had, the big pandemic and then
Yeah.
second season and we, had to get through the strike. So I feel like it's really kind of a testament to our show for making it through those like huge, huge times.
We've been about what, 24 hours since it's been released, 48 hours around there. What's been the feedback so far? What have you heard?
Honestly, only amazing things. Like it's first off wild how many people have already just finished the season. I was like
Right.
that is like 10, 12 like hours of time. How did you do that? And yeah, it's just been really good. Like I think a lot of people, I think my favorite comment that I've been seeing has been like, ugh, like I was ready to see season three and be like, whatever. But at the end, like you've got me bawling, you've got me crying. Like I did not see any of those things happening. And it's like nice to continue to be surprised. So that's been a really nice comment that I've been seeing because I think that, yeah, when you have a show that has such a big gap in between seasons, it's like kind of double the amount of effort to really make sure you keep the audience engaged. So yeah, it was really nice to see that our hard work was paying off.
One of the biggest comments I've seen is when is season four? Because that got announced right away, even before season three got released. That you guys are ready to go shoot. Have you shot season four yet?
We have not. No,
Okay.
we have
All right.
not. So fingers crossed that the turnaround time will be quicker.
Right, right.
But yeah, everybody's really excited. The writers are like, they were talking about it during the premiere, and they're all like in the writing room right now, and just like really, really, really excited to show us what they have for season four.
Mm. You started the series at like a young age. Like, how do you feel Nora now has grown up from season one to season three?
Oh yeah. I think Nora and I have grown up quite a bit. um, I think it's been really fun because I think there's like really core aspects of her that I'm trying really hard to keep.
Yeah.
Like her loyalty to her friends and like her naivety and like all of these things I think are really integral to who Nora is. So that's been really fun because that's been like my consistent challenge. But I definitely do think that, like being with this character for so long, like there's aspects of me that have changed that I've like tried to pepper in through her character to also give her some growth. But to be honest, it's kind of nice. Like it's kind of nice having her there because it's just like this familial, you know, person character that has kind of been with me through all of like big
Right.
monumental moments of my own life. So yeah, it's like coming back home.
Coming back home, right? So I mean, in season two, we see Nora, she like near the end of the season, the whole Mang fracture and everything, she makes up with Abby and Jeannie. Like, how did you approach like the shift in their dynamics of their friendship?
Yeah, for me, I think that I really pulled from like my own relationship with my sister because
Okay.
siblings have very unique dynamics, and I think what I really really loved about Ginny and Abby and all of Maine kind of reconnecting, and that specific scene where she like talks to them at the couch where she's like, remember when we used to do that thing with our hair, really reminded me of like when my sister and I used to fight and then someone would come in and be like, there's food downstairs, or like, well, I hope you have a good night, and just kind of giving the little tidbits of like, okay, well, like I'm still mad at you, but like I also love you very much, and I will be annoyed, but like I hope we're okay.
Right, right. How crazy are the fans with Nora and Jordan? They celebrated like their 3 year anniversary last season, and like, how do you think like their progression is now for season three with them two?
I really love Nora and Jordan. It's so sweet. Like we talk about it all the time. Like they're the only healthy couple on the show. So unproblematic. I think it's really nice to kind of have that alongside all of the chaos that's been going on. So I really hope, season four, we get to have a little bit more insight into how their dynamic works. Like I think Jordan really grounds her and really like, supports her when she's not with her friend group.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think there's deleted scenes coming out this weekend.
Ooh, okay. I'll have to
So
keep. Yeah, those weren't given to me for screeners, so I haven't seen those. So I'll have to check up on those
okay,
deleted
well hopefully
scenes.
I didn't spoil anything. But yeah, so
So in season three, we see Nora, she grapples with the doubts of George's innocence. Like, how do you portray like Nora, like her eternal conflict between supporting Jeannie but also questioning Georgia in a way.
No, I think that's such a fair question. It's so funny. There's definitely been some fans that are like, Nora, what are you doing? Like, I hate Nora this season. Like, what's going on? And to be honest, I was like, look, you got to have the person that's doubtful, or else, like, this world does not make sense. You know, we all
Mm,
can't be on Georgia's side, or else, like, you know, the reality of like Wellsbury is just like kind of insane. So I thought that it was a really good portrayal of like a real high schooler, you know, she's like
mm,
grappling with what her mom is telling her and trying to be like a good daughter and, you know, listen to an adult. But also she loves her friends and she doesn't want to be like outcasted by her friend group. So I think it's like a really difficult time for her because she's like, well, I'm a kid. Like, what am I supposed to do about this? Like, I've never dealt with a situation like that. Wellsbury for her is such this like it's such a bubble, and she's never experienced any of the things
mm,
that Ginny has. So I think for her and like for me playing it, it was a lot of just yeah, like a lot of those questions, kind of like you know, how do you portray somebody who's like not really been exposed to like the real world and
uh,
really unsure about who to trust and like does she believe her mom even though like she might not agree with her, but it's her mom. So like, you know, I feel like we all kind of go through that growing up.
do you feel? I feel like she was challenged this year by the her friends, like the main group.
Yes, I totally agree. I think that like you know, Nora playing Switzerland is kind of tried and true, but like a
Yeah,
little tried at this point. And I thought it was great that they were like, you know, pushing back on that and asking her to like show a little bit more. And I
uh,
really loved how, like, at the end of the season, you know, Nora wasn't afraid to get a little snippy with her friends because, yeah, like she can't always be the patient one.
in season three, were there any scenes that challenged you or like made you feel great to be part of as an actor?
Um, my favorite scene filming this season was the ferry like scenes that
Okay.
we had.
Yeah.
I just thought they were so like so sweet and just like very 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 reminiscent of like being in high school. So for me that was like a huge favorite. Um it like to be honest like because everybody that I get to work with is so amazing like there's nothing that I really struggle with because we all kind of have each other's back. So I wouldn't say that there's any like difficult scenes to film. It was just kind of like which one was like the most fun.
Mm. Do you have any like input or discussion with the writers about like Nora's arc, like what they want to see, or like bounce ideas off each other?
Yeah, no, our showrunners are like Sarah Glinsky is amazing and
Mm,
like Sarah Lampert, our creator, are wonderful. They have a call with you at the beginning of the season and
mm,
they just like check in and they're kind of like, okay, like this is what we have planned for your character. Is there anything specific that, you know, is really important to you? Or like, is there anything that, you know, you would like to see? Blah, 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 blah. So it's nice because you know, you get to kind of see where the character is going and then be able to prep that for yourself. And then also, yeah, just know that if you have any issues with anything, like they're there to talk with. So it was cute when we were doing when we were building Nora's bedroom, like they very much like put in like aspects about me. Like they had like like pictures of me when I was a kid. They had like pictures of the Philippines because they were like, you know, your character's adopted, but like you are Filipino. So like we're happy to make Nora Filipino. Like we don't need
yeah.
to just like ignore that part of you as a person for this character. So let's like integrate it. And I think that even those little details are really important.
Mm. I wrote here, I didn't want to forget, there's a scene with Max and Jeannie when they're arguing, and you like step like right in the middle. Tell us a little bit about that scene. Do you remember that scene?
The one I was
Like
watching it last night, but which one is this one?
where there's like a heated argument between them two, and you're like right in the middle of it, and you don't, and you're like standing up for yourself also. I'm like, I don't remember because I watched this a few weeks ago either, but there's a certain scene
Okay, I think I know which one you're talking about. Um yeah, wait, what was your question?
about the you try to keep the peace between them two because they're arguing with each other.
Yeah. Keeping the peace I feel like is just such a Nora thing that she has to do. Like and I think what's really interesting is her doing that with like Ginny and Max, I feel like is kind of what her life is at home, like keeping the peace like between her mom and then like, this friend group, or like dealing with like talking to her mom about like Ginny and Georgia, and knowing
Yeah.
that, she still has to kind of be that role. Um, so yeah, I think that like, keeping the peace and like people pleasing are all very integral to who Nora is at this moment. So it's kind of nice near the end when she finally is like, okay, no, like I'm getting annoyed. Like I'm allowed to also be, an immature
Yeah.
teenager about this. I don't need to be the most mature out of our group and the one to like mediate and blah, 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 blah.
What would you like this season four? I mean, I don't know if you've already read scripts or anything. What would you like to see with Nora?
I would like to see Nora um be a little bit more confident in herself,
Okay.
individual of Ming. I think that would be really nice. I think it'd be so sweet to see more of her and Jordan, because
Okay.
I think their relationship is so high school, but also just like so fun. And I think it would be really great to kind of see, more of a like chill high school relationship. Like who knows where that goes. And
Mm.
I think it'd be really great for Nora to kind of have like, like her moment and show everybody and also herself that, she is a very like smart and talented person, and she can be like an individual in this group.
I don't know if you saw this comment anywhere on social media. Somebody said they should have a Nora and Jordan spinoff. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh my God,
Like
that's
off to
so
college or something like
cute.
that.
I would love that. I love all the little tidbits that they've been doing throughout the seasons about, what Jordan is like in the relationship. Like in season two, there was the whole thing about gift giving and how he only gave like a baby picture of himself or something like that, or like even the ring scene, and it's like putting a ring in like in a milkshake is absolutely outrageous. I think that would be so funny.
Going back to like if a season four, obviously we're gonna get a season four. Somebody, is there somebody you would have want to have like another storyline with, or like more scenes with?
A storyline with and more scenes with. um I think it'd be really fun to kind of see Nora more in what's it called? Like with the Trish character, and also
Okay.
with Abby, because obviously like Abby and Nora have all of their scenes together, but it would just be really nice to see Nora kind of interact with more people, because I feel like she's very cozy in her little bubble of like Jordan and then Jordan's guy friends and like Brody's basement and like that whole thing. So I think it'd be really cool to kind of see her like out of left field in a space that she's like not comfortable with.
Would Chelsea hang out with Nora if she could?
Chelsea would hang out with Nora. Chelsea would probably be like, Nora, grow a backbone. Like you gotta you gotta stand up for yourself. But I would definitely hang out with Nora. I definitely want Nora to do my makeup, that's for sure.
How many episodes do you want to see next season, hopefully?
I mean, 10, baby, that'd be great.
Keep going, right?
Keep it going, yeah.
Yeah. What's next for you now? Any other projects you're allowed to tell us about that you got coming up or working on?
Yeah, I think right now it's been like a really great time of just kind of like creative discovery. Like I've, been working on understanding like the film industry from like all different aspects. I think it'd be really cool
Uh,
to kind of like, put together other projects. And like I did an indie film
okay.
that we did like a festival tour with called Scared Shitless, which was so fun. So fingers crossed that's on a platform soon. And then yeah, just doing my own stuff. Like I think watching Ginny and Georgia like grow has been really inspiring to like, be around all of these like amazing like women creatives. And I think that having that support network has really kind of like boosted my confidence, and hopefully be able to put something together of my own.
It's amazing. So we have Ginny and Georgia streaming now on Netflix. Chelsea, let's get you back on the show. This was great. Season four. Hopefully it'll be right around the corner again. About two
Yes.
years. I think it felt like it was like 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. It was 2 years around the corner. We love
Right.
that.
There you go. Chelsea, yeah.